Top 6 Best DC Comic Movies. Dark Knight is considered as one of the best movies of all time? Let's find out. Hey guys, today we will be looking at the top 6 best DC comic movies, so without any delay, let's get right into the video. At number 6, Shazam 2019. Shazam introduced fans to 14-year-old Billy Batson, who gained powers that allowed him to turn into an adult superhero by shouting the words Shazam. The film also introduced viewers to Dr. Thaddeus Sivana, one of Shazam's best villains who will stop at nothing to steal Shazam's powers. Shazam was a movie that stood out from many DC films because it was something that the entire family could enjoy. The tone of this film was lighter and filled with funny jokes. Billy also had amazing character development as he started as a kid who was known as a loner to accepting that it's okay to have others help out. At number 5, The Dark Knight Rises 2012. The final installment in the film trilogy followed Batman as he took on a new villain called Bane, who threatened to terrorize Gotham. The film also introduced fans to Batman's iconic love interest, Selina Kyle, and his partner in crime, Robin. There were so many great moments in The Dark Knight Rises, one being when viewers found out that Miranda Tate was actually Talia al Ghul. The ending to this film also wrapped up the entire trilogy perfectly, as fans were able to see Bruce Wayne live a normal life with Selina, while Robin took over Batman's role as Chief Protector of Gotham. At number 4, Batman Begins 2005. The first film in Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy franchise, Batman Begins, was an origin story of Batman, where fans learned how Bruce Wayne earned the titular name and his mission to rid Gotham City of its crime. Fans were also introduced to villains like Ra's al Ghul and Scarecrow. Origin stories can sometimes be a miss due to having a limited amount of time to tell the character's story, while also having a good amount of action. Batman Begins defies those odds by giving fans just enough of both. The film went into detail about how Batman came to be, including showing a more in-depth look at Bruce Wayne's parents' fatal end. There was also just the right amount of action. One example is the scene where Bruce and Ra's are training. The film also featured one of the best Batmobiles in the entire Batman franchise, so this movie had a ton going for it. At number 3, Wonder Woman 2017. In 2017, director Patty Jenkins delivered a crowd-pleasing tale set during World War I. Wonder Woman depicted the origin story of how Diana Prince left her isolated island home and became the hero many people know and love today. Wonder Woman broke boundaries for DC Films, as it was the first movie in the brand's history to be directed by a woman. The film itself is better than the usual superhero fare thanks to its witty script and charming performances by leads Gal Gadot and Chris Pine, who both make their characters tremendously appealing even when they are fighting countless CGI monsters. At number 2, Batman 1989. Batman was a commercial success, pitting Batman and Joker against each other, two of the greatest DC comic characters of all time. This film paved the way for many other iconic Batman movies and is remembered to this day as one of the best superhero films that started a new era for superhero movies. Fans of the comics were drawn to this movie because it did resemble the source material. The film did not focus entirely on real-life situations, but instead shifted to this fantasy world. Gotham City is a prime example, as it showcased gothic visuals and theatrical tone that fit the story of a traumatized man dressing up as a giant bat to avenge his parents' death perfectly. And finally, at number 1, The Dark Knight 2008. The Dark Knight is frequently hailed as one of the best movies of all time. The second film goes darker than the first with the introduction of the Joker and the unrelenting tension in the third act. This film was also not fantasy-driven and instead took a real-life approach to the characters. It's no secret that one of the best elements of this film is the Joker himself. I mean, Heath Ledger did a phenomenal job taking on the villain and making him a memorable figure who played with the concepts of order and chaos. But fans also love that they could relate to Batman, because this film made him as close to what a real-life superhero would actually look like. In its performances, direction, and script, The Dark Knight was as close to reality as any superhero film before and since its release. Well guys, that's it for today. Let us know what your favorite DC movies that you love a lot are down in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload. Thanks, and see you guys next time.